Hello my marvellous guardians. Now this is a guide for the Hawkmoon random rolls mission called Harbinger, which has dropped in the game today. And let me say this before we get started, it's quite a difficult mission, there's quite a bit of jumping involved. It's level 1270 and I was actually unable to complete it as a solo player. So what I'll do is take you through all the jumping puzzle elements, and I'll take you through the different encounters and what you can expect to win when you get to the end. So to get the ball rolling, let's go and see the crow on the tangled shore, and you'll notice in his little inventory he's got an exotic mission there. There you go, you can see it at the bottom there, the quest, and it is called Bird of Prey, and it says enter the activity Harbinger, which is what I just mentioned. Now Harbinger, you won't see it on any maps at the moment, but it's that mysterious fireplace that was on the EDZ in the Trostland. So what you need to do is make your way to the Trostland in the EDZ. Here we go on the map there, just opposite where Devram's shooty hidey hole is. Now we're going to run across to this derelict building here, and I don't know if you saw my video last week where this fireplace mission just turned up out of nowhere, but now look, you can see there's a glowing hawk there. Hello Mr. Hawk, you're going to send us on a nightmare mission. Yes I am. Right, so here's the fireplace. Now it's already open for me because I've been shooting it in the past, but if you haven't, you'll be able to shoot it with your Hawkmoon to get it open, and then click the start mission button, and then you'll find yourself back outside that fireplace. Now it's got barriers either side, so you can only go one way. And before we trek our way in, if you go and look at your quest, you can see it says Bird of Prey, and you can see the reward is a ship called the Radiant Accipiter, if that's how you pronounce it. Well, that's Crow's ship that we saw hidden in a hangar last week. But you've got to collect throughout this mission paracausal feathers, you know, those glowing gold feathers that we saw in the other Hawkmoon mission. So keep your eye out for those as you're going along. Now I'll show you the ones that I've found throughout this run, but it does say it's going to take multiple weeks to collect enough feathers. So bear that in mind, you're not going to get the ship at the end of this run, it's going to take a few weeks. Right then, so this is in the fireplace. Now you want to make your way right the way down over these pipes, and then we're going to continue on downwards. It's all pretty easy going, and we're going to be making our way to the end where there was that door that was locked. I don't know if you remember it. We were all going, how do we open it? Well, it's now open, so let's get to the cursed thing. So we come into this red area. Now then we're going to open up into an alleyway. You'll see that crow just flying off there. I'm sure that's a visual clue. It's got to be, isn't it? It's a crow. Now remember, up this end there's the laptop, but there's nothing up this end. I'm just showing it to you so you don't come running on up here. You want to come back, and halfway down you can see the entryway there. It's quite difficult to see sometimes in the light, but there it is. There's the entryway there. You want to make your way up this pile of rubble onto the pipe. Yes, get up there, you parp. Right, this is the door that was not opened. I spent so long arsing about in here, but of course, it wasn't ready, was it? It's just a pain in the arse. Okay, so here we go. New objective. This is the Harbinger mission. We've got to kill 3 emissaries. Here is the door opening. Now then, we're going to go to the reservoir area to start. It's really cool finding all the new bits and bobs, isn't it? I did enjoy it. And it's quite a long mission too. It's, you know, right up there really. I don't think it's as good as the Outbreak Perfected and as the Whisper mission, but it's still good fun. Right, when you come out, you saw that there was that hobgoblin there. Now we need to jump over to where the hobgoblin was standing. He was our clue. There was a lot of arsing around trying to figure this out to begin with, because it's not obvious at all where to go. If you've noticed, there's no map, there's no radar. So anyway, here we are on the plinth where that hobgoblin was, and we actually need to go all the way over there. Would you believe it? Now the way to do it is we have to jump down onto that tiny thing there. How ridiculously scary is that? Well anyway, I'm a warlock, so I could control my flight a little bit more. There we go, I've landed on the branch. Believe me, that wasn't the first time I tried that. Now then, you want to do a big jump all the way over, straight onto the dam. Now you'd not think you're going to make it, but look, you can stand just on the dam. It's not too bad at all. Don't go too far down or you'll slide off. Just keep on going halfway up, and then you can see those lips there. You want to jump over and land on that lip there. You can see it's quite tricky, but there you go. I did it. Now, we're just underneath that area I shot. You can see that metal platform there? Well, the way to get in is underneath. There's a little doorway, look. And there we go, we're in. Good grief, what a pain in the ass that was. Now, we're going back into the area where the crow's ship was, and also where we ran the other Hawkmoon mission. So it's kind of a rehash, but there's extra ways that are opening up. So if we just follow the way I'm going here, it's not going to be too bad. Now, this is the new area, and it opens up into one massive room with some smaller rooms off the right and the left. And this is where you're going to see the Emissaries. So our first emissary is a floaty wizard idiot who has void shields. So make sure you've got a void weapon that you can use to take the shields down. I used my trusty guillotines bollock. What is it called? No, you know, falling guillotine. That's the one. Now, once you get the energy down to half, they'll bugger off. So what you need to do is jump up on top of this sort of strange turbine affair, and then you'll see a taken doorway with a little blight in it. Shoot the blight, and the doorway will open. Now, we need to make our way in here. You're going to be besieged by Taken the entire time, so don't worry about it too much. Clear the gits out. Now then, when I was arsing around in this room, I'll come back in to show you, you'll notice it says open door, and I thought, ooh, is it this door here? But it's actually the one behind me. There's a cage. I'll spin around and get it in a minute. Ah, there you go. Now you can see, turn back round, you complete oaf. There, here we go, there it is, and in there is your first feather to collect. So you pick that doodah up, and it'll give you 3 of your feathers that you need. Now you'll see these spread out as we're going. So now then, once you've picked up your feather, you want to go and finish off the job on the emissary, so you want to keep on going this way, and in this chamber just up here, you'll probably recognize it from running the reservoir to come and see Crow's ship. This is where the emissary is. So once you kill this swine, I didn't particularly use anything void, I just used brute force on them really, but there we go. But it does get very difficult as you keep on going, because there's unstoppable champions in this too, but the good thing is you can change your loadout as you're going. Well, we're going to go back now to the way we came, and we're going to go into the big main chamber again, and we're going to kill the second emissary. So the second emissary is kind of halfway down the chamber. So you can see that big swinging thing there, like a big 70s medallion man thing. And as you're making your way down, you're going to have pot shots taken by vandals at you, so just be careful of them, because they can be a huge pain in the bum and make you go like I do frequently. Well, anyway, keep on making your way down. You can see there's a gaggle of Taken down there. Now, that is where the phalanx is going to be. Who is the second emissary? Here he is, look. So I just piled on in with my super here, but the same mechanic happens again. Once you get the health down halfway, they'll once again disappear off into that side room. There we go, shield up, and they're buggering off into the side room. Like I say, it's not too far. You can see that that phalanx has just appeared, and he's guarding the door, basically, where that chap is buggered off to. So once you take him out, shoot the little blight, go in the room, and sort them all out. It's a little bit windy before you get there, and I did get pounced by 2 goblins here as well, which is quite a surprise. One of them's being shielded by the other one up the stairs. What a bastard, eh? Well, you can just take them out anyway. Now, the room is just at the top of the stairs here, and there's quite a few enemies in here again, all taken as usual, and the half of the phalanx that is left. But I just piled in with my old falling guillotine again, and made relatively short work of him. Of course, he does have arc shields as well, which is why I'd switched to my Xeno class there, because it's an arc shotgun. But of course, you might just be able to brute force the swine like I did there. Now, you're not finished in this room once you've killed the idiot. Don't get shot by the vandal like I did. It's so annoying. I hate vandals. Eat finisher, shite face. Right then, if you look around here, you can see there is another feather just at the top on the gantry. There is another way into this room as well. You can see from the back there, but don't worry about that too much. They're all linked by side tunnels, really, so that's nothing at all to worry about. What you want to do now is make your way back out the way you came into the main chamber. Okay, so let's start the final emissary confrontation. Like I said, you want to make your way, continue on down the chamber to the area you haven't gone, and you'll see the final emissary, who is a solar captain. What a swine. So, like I say, half killage, then he sods off. But he doesn't sod off to a room which is nearby, unfortunately. We've got to make our way back the way we've came, but I just want to show you something on the way, because you've got a point of reference then for when we come back this way again later. I know, confusing, isn't it? Just up this gantry here and on the left, let's spin around and have a look. You can see there's a blocked doorway there. That's the way we're going to be coming back. We're going to be coming back to this point once we've killed this fellow. So anyway, let's spin back around and make your way back up the center until you can see that. Remember I said that big hanging medallion type thing? There it goes. Now you can see there's a taken just on a platform there. Now that taken marks the way we want to go. So just kill the taken, and then there's a blight doorway which we can take out, and then we can go in and get the final emissary for this part. So just keep on making your way all the way through, down the slope, and to your right, then you're going to open up into this kind of vat chamber. Now you want to jump up onto this little turbine affair here, and then you want to turn to your right, and then you want to go through this doorway here. Now this is where the final emissary is, so get your doodahs out and kill them. It's a void shitbag in there with him, and don't forget that they're also solar. So I just clubbed them to death, and once they're done, we're going to make our way back to where we came. So we're going to go back out to that chamber with the water and the turbines in it, this one here. What I want you to do is when you come out of the doorway, you can see just at the top there, look, you can see that there is another feather. We're eventually going to go that way, but we're going to jump up and pick up your feather first. There's one feather per emissary, really. So that's your third feather for this section. And then you want to shoot this blight. Now for some reason, this is really confusing. It says follow the hawk, but there isn't any hawk really. And this way you can go is just a dead end with one of those mirrory weird block doors. This is where the crow's bedroom was. Remember where he had a poo in the mop bucket? Well, anyway, you can't do anything in here really. So all you do have to do is spin around and make your way back out. You will be greeted by some greeted by some taken on the way out. But what you're doing is heading back down into that chamber and onto the ground floor and the way you came in initially. And we're making our way again back out to the massive turbine room. And then we're going to find our way to that door. You'll know you're in the right place because a phalanx will turn up and you can just shoot him in the face and then make your way out. And also, once you've shot the phalanx, you'll see that there's finally a lovely hawk pointing the way for us. There he is, look, there's the hawk. So just go past the hawk and we're going now into a boss battle, really, and it's kind of a room which is very similar to the Lake of Shadows room. Yes, hello Hawk. Now this is where my solo skills fell down and I couldn't complete this particular battle. But what I can tell you is that it's an unstoppable champion who spawns after 3 wizards spawn. You're going to need void weapons to take down the void shields of the 3 wizards first of all, and then you're also going to need an unstoppable mod on your hand cannon in order to take out the champion in the center. And once the champion in the center appears, you're also going to have snipers on the top which are going to be taking you out. And then once you kill that champion, you also get shielded wizards called Harbingers of Savathûn. It's quite a difficult battle at level 1270 on your own some. So I would heartily recommend doing this with a fire team, or we're going to be coming back in 4 or 5 weeks time in order to complete it once our level is much higher. Well anyway, once you've completed the battle, you'll have a chest in the center which will give you 7 paracausal feathers, which is nice, and then look up to the top and just opposite from where we actually came into the room, you'll see another taken doorway. So you want to shoot that blight there, and you'll see a hawk shouting, pointing the way. Now you want to follow this way all the way through until you come to a taken portal, which is going to take you to an ascendant plane. And here we go. We're going to have to run the Hawkmoon mission again, the jumping puzzle mission. So here we are again in the Hallowed Rift, and this all should look a little bit familiar to you. We just drop down here. Now then, we're going to go high up. So you need to jump over to the opposite area, which is here, which is the way we went last time, but you can see now it's blocked off. We can't go that way. So now we're going to jump up these rocks here on our right, so we're going back over to the side that we came in on. It's a little bit dark, so mind your step. There we go. Magic mushrooms. And another ledge here. Just run across that way. you're going to jump over onto this ledge here, and then once here, you want to look across the chasm and jump over onto that ledge. Now, you can see there's a hawk in this bit here, but of course, you won't be able to see a hawk because it's not in your particular mission, even though this route is exactly the same. And here we go, making our way down to the next marker. So once we get through to the cave, this time we're going to be jumping round to the right. Here we are on the fellow here, jumping over onto this little nodule here. There's boop cannon type bloody things. Now then, we've got to jump onto a tiny pipe. You can see it here. Just hold on tight, and there we go. And there is the hawk. It's quite hard to get to, and you may fall a couple of times, but don't worry, it's not too bad to do it because it doesn't put you back too far. Anyway, here we are, going past the hawkway. The hawkway. God, I don't have to talk some bollocks, but if you do like admiring my talking bollocks, then a like and a subscribe would be fab if you want to kind of hear more of my bumf. Right, onwards and upwards. We've killed that taken there. Now that's exactly where we need to jump, governor. So make a jump for it and slowly glide over and then insert yourself into the pipe. More rickety pipe jumpings. As usual, there's a bloody hobgoblin who wants to use your buttocks for target practice, so take them out. Okay, so you want to get as close as you can to the edge. Well, it's up to you really, but we're jumping onto this rickety pipe. So here we go, onto the pipe. Hushed, hushed, I'm crap at this. There we go, that's the warlock coming into his own there with a stop in midair and very slightly nuanced landing. Yeah, it's very good. Okay, over onto orange pipe once more and go to the end of the orange pipe. Now when we turn round to the left here, you're going to jump up onto the next ledge where you can see this taken idiot. But once you jump onto the ledge, be careful not to go too far forward because you can fall off and down into out of bounds there, so be very careful. Now then, here we are actually just going to make one big jump over to Mr. Hawk. I did think it might be better to try it from here, but no, it's too far and too narrow an angle, so I tried it from the way we just were. So go around to the edge there and give yourself a leap of faith, Last Crusade style, and down on the edge like this. There we go. And I'm on the edge. Thank you very much, Mr. Hawk. Off we go to the next part. Not far to go now. So kill this taken that we're in this area here. Off to the train tracks, and we look over. I'm just going to freeze frame this here because over on that rusted gantry area over to your right there is actually a paracausal feather. So make sure you pick that bad boy up and then we continue on the way I shall show you now. Watch out for the bloody acolyte's eyes as well. They're a pain in the acolyte's eye. There you go, there's another one down. Oh, look. I love my thorn. Right, okay, this way onto this ledge first of all. My God, my voice went high-pitched and all squirrely then. It's ridiculous. Too much jabbering, that is. Okay, onto this opposite ledge. It is quite sort of risky, isn't it? Now then, kill any taken that might shoot you up the arse, of course. Beware of the 3 bloody bolts that come screaming at you like that, as they always do. Make sure you take them out and they've passed you before you jump. And there you go, there's another acolyte eye as well. So, avoid the boop cannons. We're going to go to this outcropping of rocks. So once we get here, look over to your left and you will see Old Hawky. Now when you land here with Old Hawky, as you land, another acolyte eye is going to appear and put the shits right up you. There we go, see? So be careful for that, because it made me poo myself. Right, so we're coming up on the final room here. It's just through there. Now, on this point, you will find that you've got an unstoppable champion that you need to take out. So make sure you've got those mods loaded into your gauntlet to take them out. Now then, this particular battle, it's not the same as the previous Hawkmoon battle. There's no throwing mechanic in it. This time, first of all, at the very beginning, you'll be presented with another unstoppable champion, so make sure you take them out. And then you've got knights with solar shields, and you've got loads of acolytes with void shields. And then, of course, they spawn acolytes' eyes as well. So a fire team is heartily recommended for doing that particular battle, as it is rather difficult. But once you've completed the battle, then you get your reward, which is pretty cool. You get the Hawkmoon Exotic Catalyst. Now, I've checked like GG, and what you get for that is increases the magazine size to 10, and it also gives you increased handling, reload speed, and the weapon's range based on the number of stacks of paracausal charge that you have. Now, in order to unlock that perk, you just have to kill 700 enemies. Well, there we go. If you use it on a regular basis, that shouldn't take too long. And you also get get 2 random rolled Hawkmoons as well, and if you're interested, here's some of the perks that are available to it. You can see the first column perks. The first column perks. Fluted barrel, hammer forged rifling, full bore, all that lovely stuff. As for the more juicy stuff, we've got opening shot, rangefinder, could come in so handy, moving target, we've got killing wind, we've also got snapshot sights, brilliant stuff, eye of the storm, very, very handy too. And what else do we have here? We've got hip fire grip, quick draw, and surplus. So lots of brilliant combinations there. Well, anyway, I hope you found the video long but useful, and if you did enjoy my stuff, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Right, I'm going off now to have a long lie down and some gin. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all again very soon. Sausage out.